Hey fight fans, today in this video, just a few days ago after Chimaev posted on his YouTube channel saying that everyone is afraid to fight him and he has no opponents to fight in March at UFC 285, everyone started calling out Chimaev. Even former UFC fighter Kevin Lee wants to return to the promotion only to take on Khamzat. Now we have another potential contender in Paulo Costa. As you know, Costa has only one fight left on his contract with the UFC, but he will extend the contract in case the UFC fills one of his conditions.
Dollars, baby. The dinero. The guwap.
So we're going to see what kind of conditions the fighter has to fight with Chimaev. But the most important topic of today's video is Belal Muhammad versus Khamzat Chimaev. Well, at least from welterweight, KTO is not afraid of fighting Borz. First, he will have Khabib Nurmagomedov in his corner, and the Eagle will gladly prepare Belal for the fight with Khamzat. As you remember, most recently, Khabib's brother and Chimaev were beefing in the UFC 280 stadium. Then athletes shook hands, but there is no doubt that the grievances remain. So to train a guy who can beat Khamzat is a great story. And of course, no one is going to talk about it out loud, because it's like they made up with each other, they already shook hands, but everyone will remember that they were beefing. I mean, after all, everyone is interested in seeing them fighting each other in the octagon. Although Khabib will be in the corner, is there pure sporting interest? Who will be the stronger one? Former UFC fighter Kevin Lee will return to the promotion only to take on the undefeated Khamzat Chimaev. After seeing Chimaev's recent statement that everyone is afraid to fight him and that he has no opponent, Lee offered himself up as a challenger, and he tweeted that he was interested in re-signing with the UFC and fighting Chimaev, whom he considers not so scary. But while we start the video, I want to thank everyone who likes and subscribes to the channel. We are almost to 40,000 subscribers, and this is a whole army, so thank you very much. Kevin Lee tweeted out, "I will fight Khamzat Chimaev next. He won't out-wrestle me, and I've never lost a fight round in the UFC. All I'm saying is I'm willing. Don't act like everybody's scared of the man." Now, if you remember, this is not the first time that Lee claims that there is nothing special about Chimaev. He recently stated this on the Schmo Zone podcast. He said, "I think it's just that there's a lot of noise around him. People saw him defeat Li Jingliang, and suddenly he became a new god for many, or something like that. I've been to the gym with these guys, and he's fine. He doesn't do anything that looks crazy or supernatural. To be honest, it doesn't impress me at all," Lee said. But the main question remains, will he be taken back to the UFC? I have vague doubts about this, but even if he does come back, I think Chimaev will beat Lee without any problems. But what do you think? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below, and we are moving on. Now, Daniel Cormier believes that the best way for Paulo Costa to influence the UFC is to defeat Khamzat Chimaev. As you know, Costa has only one fight left on his contract with the UFC, but he will extend the contract in one case: if he is interested in a promotion with a good salary. Costa said, "I am ready to return to the UFC if my conditions are met." Paulo Costa is about done with his UFC contract, Cormier stated on his YouTube channel. "The UFC will give you a fight to make you prove why we should pay you more if you're at the end, because if Paulo Costa goes and beats Khamzat Chimaev, well, he might get everything and anything that he wants. So for him, it makes sense."
Because if Paulo Costa goes and beats Khamzat Chimaev, he might get anything he wants. So for him, it makes sense. But if he gets beaten, wiped out, now what? That bargaining power is a little bit less. Do you still kind of move the needle a little bit? Yeah. But imagine how much you would move the needle if you're the first guy to beat Khamzat Chimaev and hopefully beat him impressively. Then you hold all the chips. When I say chips, I mean the dollars, baby. The dinero, the guwap. It's a great fight. Paulo Costa Khamzat Chimaev would be real fun.
But the most real candidates are Belal Muhammad.
Belal!
So let's start off with the fact that firstly, at least from a welterweight position, he is not afraid of a fight with Borz. Secondly, the Palestinian-American, as you remember, constantly challenged Khamzat, and unlike many other fighters, Belal has the right to do so. After all, he has not lost a fight since 2019. So I think he has every chance to create some serious problems for Chimaev in the cage. And most importantly, Khabib Nurmagomedov himself will be in his corner.
Not many people can shine, like they can train so hard, but when they go to the cage, when mental things is coming, they cannot shine, you know. But today he showed his best performance of his life, and I'm very happy. And this guy is like very, very close to 170 title shot, you know.
But let's get straight into it. As you know, Khabib became Muhammad's trainer, and at the joint collaboration, delighted Belal, saying, "Some have already released their poison, saying that I want to get more hype by going out with Nurmagomedov in the corner. In fact, this makes no sense. We just have the same vision. I am aware that this man is an incredible coach and cornerman. His advice will help me do my job. This person has unique knowledge, and he is ready to carry it with him outside the cage." Nurmagomedov will gladly prepare for Belal in the fight with Khamzat, and you remember that Khabib's team had a correspondence fight with Borz. The then situation was hushed up pretty quickly, but most recently Khabib's brother and Chimaev were beefing in UFC 283. Then the athletes shook hands, and there's no doubt that, they still probably don't like each other. So why did they start a conflict at UFC 280? Well, it's because Khabib's brother held a grievance against Chimaev for his brother, for Chimaev's old harmless statement about Khabib. Then it was over, the athletes shook hands, but hey, insults still remain, and training a guy who can beat Khamzat, well, that's just a great story. No one will talk about it out loud, and just remember, because it does seem since they already shook hands, but believe me, everyone knows that it happened, and in the end, everyone is going to be very interested to see this fight. Although Khabib will be in the corner as a coach, just for the sake of sporting interest, who do you think will be better? And that's why this fight is so damn interesting. The main thing is that Dana White wants to see this fight, and the fighters themselves agree that they want this fight. So I think we can all agree that from a fight perspective, this is the most attractive option at the moment. And as for Belal, why exactly is he the one that can create problems for Chimaev? Well, it's because he has a lot of strengths. He has vast experience, is as cold-blooded as possible, and he fights smartly. Belal also noticeably improved in the standing game, which is proven by his last fight with Sean Brady. Now, he also has a really high fighting IQ as well, so I think it works out well. Now that is going to be an amazing fight. But I think if I was a betting man, I would still bet on Khamzat. But who do you think would win? And would you like to see this fight? Let us know in the comment section down below, and that is all for today. Thank you all once again for the likes and subscriptions. Just a little bit left before we hit 40,000. Thank you all and have a great new year.